Where do ideas come from? How do you recognize if something is a good idea or not? And can two people get the same idea in separate parts of the world at the same time? I'm Palle Schmidt, and in this video I want to talk about how I get my ideas and how I almost wrote a Hollywood blockbuster. As a writer, I often meet people who say they have a great idea for a story. You should write this, they say. But any pro will tell you that having a great idea and making a thing and finding an audience for it is not the same thing. Sometimes an idea comes fully formed. Other times you have to stomp it out of the ground or carve it from cold granite with your bare hands. At least that's how it feels sometimes. One of the best ways I find to come up with ideas is to take seemingly unrelated things and smash them together. When you take two elements and combine them to create something new, you may raise a few eyebrows at first. I'm sure no one was standing in line to buy sour cream and onion chips or licorice flavored chocolate on the first day, right? But people don't always know what they want until they get it. Your brain is really great at finding connections. That's why montage theory works. What, you never heard of montage theory? Do I have to explain everything? So, montage theory came from early Russian silent films, most notably used by Sergei Eisenstein in the battleship Potemkin. But it was originally introduced by filmmaker Lev Kuleshov in what is known as the Kuleshov effect. No, it's a real thing, you can Google it. Kuleshov would show a picture of a man, then cut to a child in a coffin, and then back to the man. And people watching would say the man is sad. Then he would show the same clip with a bowl of soup inserted instead of the funeral, and people would say, oh, the man is hungry. Our brains are hardwired to see the connections and create new meaning. It seems to really get our creative juices flowing. So why not use the Kuleshov effect to your advantage and throw different things together and see what happens? This clash of images, story elements, or seemingly unrelated ideas is a great way of coming up with new and fresh ideas. So let me tell you this idea I had for a Hollywood movie, right? A bank is stormed by a team of robbers in tactical gear, machine guns, and ski masks. Someone sets off an alarm and the cops are alerted, turning the scene into a hostage situation. But after a short siege, the cops seem to get called away, leaving the robbers and the hostages confused. What is going on out there? Looking out the windows of the bank, they see a lone police officer faced with a mob of hungry zombies. Suddenly, the heist and hostage drama has taken a dramatic new turn. Holed up inside the bank, robbers and hostages now have to work together to survive. Some want to stay in the bank and lock themselves in the vault. Others want to make a daring escape with the money while there are no cops around to stop them. But everyone all of a sudden wants to stick close to the scary men with guns and the ability to use them. Does this seem like a good idea for a story? I think so. And so did filmmaker Zack Snyder, who just directed the movie Army of the Dead. Here's the logline from IMDb. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. Problem is, I didn't talk to Zack Snyder, or anyone else for that matter. I wrote nothing down and I didn't copyright anything. Okay? Whoever wrote Army of the Dead must have had basically the same idea around the same time that I came up with my story of bank robbers versus zombies. Well, there goes that idea. This kind of stuff happens all the time. You get an idea, then you find out somebody else has already done it, or you never get around to writing something down, and while you're debating yourself on whether this is a good idea or not, somebody else does it. The point is, you either get something written up and produced somehow, or get some new ideas. Preferably a lot of ideas, as most of them will be bad. But don't throw anything away just yet. You see, two bad ideas can be put together to create a third and possibly good idea. So how do you know if that idea is good or not? You don't. I certainly don't know for sure whether any of my ideas are good or not. I just know that if I really want to make something, it will come back to haunt me begging to be written. If it doesn't, then I just put it in a drawer for some other time. Just like Lego bricks can be broken up and used to build something new, so can story elements, characters, or concepts. Once you've found an idea worth exploring, you can take a day to think it through, draw up a mind map maybe, write up some character bios or scenes, maybe do a test page just to get a feel for what the project wants to be. Then set it aside for a few days, maybe weeks or even months, and go do something else. If ideas for the story keep popping up, it could be a sign that maybe there's something there. You can of course also do some research or set up some creative guardrails like I talk about in this video right here. Once you've committed yourself to doing a story, get a script written as fast as you can. You'll meet many roadblocks along the way, things you need to solve, but just patch it together as best you can. You can always fix it later. Once you have a first draft, you can have others read along and give feedback, which is very hard to get based off of an unfinished idea. Don't do what I did with the bank robbers versus zombies idea and just talk about the concept. First off, you can't copyright an idea. Secondly, you might get some well-meaning criticism that could really derail your enthusiasm for the project altogether. Or you might just get crickets. In regards to whether someone has already done it, yeah, probably, but not in your unique way. Much like there are thousands of videos on YouTube about ideas, but none of them are featuring me. Okay, I hope this video gave you some ideas on how to get ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you some other time.